These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Frank 26. Oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, it's kicking the can down the road. Oh, it's a bunch of nonsense. It's Frank responding to those comments saying, well, you argue with the CBI. They're the ones that are telling the citizens we're about to give you a new currency, a new exchange rate, and they're doing it on a weekly basis. Mark Z says we are past ready, but the news is bipolar today. There's a lot in the air. I am hearing now it could still possibly happen today, maybe this weekend, maybe June 6th through 8th. It's all over the place. Sources are hearing conflicting info, so much info falling all at once. I think it's purposeful to keep us all confused. There is a lot happening. I am still feeling very upbeat. Claire article quote, the central bank of Nina issuing a new denomination for the new national currency is not our agenda at present, unquote. Another quote, the governor of the central bank, Ali Al-Alak, said the issuance of cash currency for the category of 20,000 dinars is not in the agenda of the central bank of Iraq now, unquote. Pimpy says, as an individual who is an investor in the Iraqi Dinar, you sit back and you ask yourself, what are the things you don't want to see happen that can set you back? You don't want an uprising. You don't want to see a corrupt government try to become a tyrannical government. There's fighting between Afghanistan and Iran. What you don't want to see happen is spills over into Iraq. The last thing you want to see is an excuse for American troops to go into Iraq. And guess what's happening? Yep, troops are going back into Iraq. Biden is, yes, sending troops back into Iraq. Unbelievable. All right, Caparoni says there are a lot of new articles over this past week coming out of Iraq pertaining to the transition to the digital economy. Excuse me. The government stores, fuel stations, etc. are using POS card readers. Iraq is transitioning away from paper. The dinar is also becoming Iraq's primary currency as they transition away from dollars. Breitling says the people that I know that are elected and understand policy, none of them have given up their currency. None of them have given up their dinar. It will happen when it happens, and that's the best way to look at it. Sandy Ingram has a quote. This is what happens the morning, and this is part series 3 of 5. This is what happens the morning the IQD increases in value against the US dollar. The Iraqi dinar floats to 25 cents to 1 IQD. Cashier's checks, money orders, travelers' check worth more than 10,000 must be reported to the government by whatever institution issued them. Depositing a large sum of cash that surpasses this limit means your bank will have to report it to the federal government. Because the currency you want to exchange is from the Middle East, you and your transaction will become suspect. So get ready to be kind, professional, and explain how you did what you did. Walking Stick via Frank 26, the ATMs are lit up. The light are on the new ATMs. The screen, we paraphrase it because I really don't know the interpretation from their language into our language, but basically it says offline. The ATMs at this time say offline, but the bells and whistles are on. All right, Frank 26, Iraq boots on the ground report. Firefly says the CBI governor is on television. He's making a speech about that they're forming a banking and financial center hub. This will be like a special business district for special needs, is what they're saying. Frank says, Iraq, a financial hub? It should be a hub for outdoor toilets. That's about it. How can you be a financial hub? Oh, because you're about to do what you're about to do. Oh, because you're telling the citizens of Iraq and what you're told the international world. And that's why they're pouring in by the hundreds, if not thousands. Okay, I understand. So Frank goes on to say, it's in the southern part of Iraq, in my opinion, it's going to be like a big city. Can you imagine that? A big city with nothing but financial movements from around the world. That's how big your country is about to get. How can Iraq be a financial hub at a program rate that has a value of toilet paper? They cannot. Therefore, prepare yourself for a change in your monetary reform. That central hub will be very important for the United States of America, too. And Claire has an article quote, the U.S. ambassador tweets in support of the single window system and calls on companies to register, unquote. In a tweet, Romanowski said, quote, eliminating corruption is essential for the growth of the private sector. Starting today, Iraq and foreign companies can complete the online registration process. These transparent and smarter procedures are now available, unquote. All right, and lastly, we have Mountain Goat article quote, today, June 1st, the central bank launches the electronic payment project, just as they said they would. And as you may know, if you have been following this RV saga for years, that the CBI has wanted to institute this POS effort for almost 2 decades now. Finally, it's success. But why? Why now? It's because of the de-dollarization and the necessity to do it now. Yes, the changeover of the currency. And that Mountain Goat post was from yesterday, the 1st.